Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? What a wonderful day. I'm excited to see what God is doing in our life. I'm excited to see you here and meet you on an opportunity where we get to share today. I have with me, let me just clear this for a moment. Okay. All right. I have with me very special lady, First Lady Danelle Gainey, who's joining us with our moment of inspiration. And I hope that it's been a blessing to you as we come out of our fast. Those that have been fasting and praying with us, we are appreciative of you and thank you for joining us. I hope that you've received from the Lord and received what the Lord has for you. On Wednesday, we come together to join in prayer, and always say it every Wednesday and every Sunday. This is the day that the Lord has made. We ought to rejoice and be glad. Mm-hmm. You do not look glad. Rejoice and be glad. Turn to your neighbor and say, "Be glad."
Be glad.
Be glad. All right. So this evening, we are absolutely excited to share with you a word that was given to us, even in conversation. We were just talking, and we were dealing with brands and names and slogans. And I was talking to my sons, particularly because I have 4 boys, and my 4 boys love clothes, and they love expensive clothes, and they want to look a certain way, and I understand that. And so I like fashion. I'm into fashion a lot, and I understand where it comes from, and I know they like it. And so we were just talking about brands, and we didn't even stop at fashion. We were talking about slogans. We started off with Nike, with "Just Do It." We talked about Chick-fil-A, "It's My Pleasure," or eat. What is it? Eat. The cow says "Eat more chicken" or something. I don't know. I can't remember.
Eat more chicken. That's what it is.
Right. And then just slogans and things that deal with the brand. And so we were talking to them about our brands that we grew up on. I didn't want to mention the stuff we grew up on, like Maurice Jabot, Cross Colors, RP55, those type, Tommy Hilfiger, Eddie Bauer, those things. But their brands were things that they want to talk about and that they could relate to. And Danelle made a really interesting point. Yeah, go ahead. Let's share your point.
Well, my point was, I was talking to a friend a while ago. That's crazy that I kept saying that. Right. I was talking to them a while ago, and we were talking about just brands as well, and you being a brand. You know what I mean? Like, right. The person being the brand. And we were talking. She brought up Champion, and I connected because I remembered how Champion wasn't a brand that was wanted among a certain group of people. Like, a lot of people didn't really want Champion, even though Champion had been out for a very long time. They had, they had created a T-shirt that didn't shrink when you washed it. They had dealt with a whole bunch of sports people. They were in the NFL. They were in basketball. They were making stuff. However, a lot of people were not dealing with Champion. They just didn't want the brand. In certain cultures, if you wore that, you were looked down upon. Like, I can't believe you got that Champion on. I remember my cousin doing that to me, and I had on something that was Champion. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was sweatpants, sweatshirt, but I remember my cousin looking at me and him saying, "My cousin Boo."
Boo has a nerve.
Looking at me and was like, "Man, get out here with that Champion." I remember that. I remember him doing that to me, and I was like, "What you mean?" I didn't know anything about brand back then, but when I look back and I think about that, I thought about how popular it was among a certain brand of people, demographic of people. Yes, Champion was like, yeah, get that. And on another scope, Champion was like, no, I don't want that. And I thought about how that is us as a brand. It's sometimes we are the less or the least desired. We don't want that. Don't get that. That's whack. Why you got that on? What you doing? No. And it comes a time when the platform opens up and then your brand is the most desired. Like, if we go through sometimes a season of cultivating ourselves, So in the season of not really being known, I think that's the season where God has us in this certain place where we are redeveloping our brand. I thank God for that. Where we are in the place and we're redeveloping our brand because we're trying to fix kinks. We may be trying to work out situations. We may be trying to develop different things, but we are in a place where we are developing our brand. We're developing who we are. And I believe that God keeps us in that place for a certain time, so that we can be who he is grooming us to be before he puts us and makes us known and makes our name change. See, because champion wasn't always called champion. They changed that name. Okay. But it's something that happens. He changes things, and then you are put on a different pedestal and of a different pedigree, I should say. And then everybody starts to want your brand, because sometimes people don't want what you are putting out in the beginning. That's not what they're desiring. They're desiring Nike, but you're putting out something else. Now, hear me. What you're putting out over here is still important, okay? In this facet, in this group, okay, it's still important, but there is work that's being done while you're over here. Okay, you're putting out things, but there's also things coming back saying, I can tweak that a little bit. Maybe I can do that. But so you're putting out things, and it still works. But you are realizing that while you're here, maybe I can add or take away or da. So and then when the brand is exactly where it needs to be, that's when the masses say, "Who is that? What? No, I've been out since 1919. I've been doing this for a long time. This is what I've been doing. I never heard about you, but I promise I've been here the whole time." I guess my point is, please don't get discouraged, and don't feel like your little bit of work that you're doing is in vain. Don't feel like because you're here in your little circle by you just trying to figure it out that it's in vain. Because understand that God has you in this little place because he is trying to perfect what he already put in you. Okay, so he's here trying to perfect what he already put in you, so that when you are introduced to the masses, that when it comes out, it's just the way he wants it to be. It's presented the way he wants it to be. The colors everything looks exactly the way he wants it to be, because at the end of the day, we represent him.
That's right.
Okay, we represent him. So he has a way of cultivating us while we're in the place that we think nothing is happening in, right? We think, oh, this is crazy. But he has a way of putting us out there.
That's right. That's true. And to add to that, we wanted to make sure that we recognize that not only are you for a certain brand, a certain demographic. What I love about that story and what I love about what Danelle was saying was they never stopped working. They kept the factory going. And in spite of Nike sales shooting up, in spite of Reebok sales shooting up, and all the other brands that were coming and going, they stayed working. And I'm encouraging you tonight. We are encouraging you tonight to keep on working.
Keep working.
Don't worry about what's happening on the side of you. Don't worry about what's happening on the left. Don't worry about your competitors. Don't worry about your friends or whoever, the naysayers. Or don't even get in your head. Remove the stone. You wouldn't imagine how much money I had to pay for the champion sweatsuits once we bought them. I looked at this price tag and said, I'm sorry, I think this belongs on the Nike one, but I didn't know they made a comeback a couple years ago. So I want to encourage you to keep working, keep doing the work. Don't shut your work down because you aren't getting the sales that you want or not seeing the production that you want. Help God to keep you until the time that he brings you to your platform. The Bible says that no good thing will he hold from them that walk upright. And also, he won't start a thing and stop it. That he will complete it. That God our Father looks at our desire and he sees what he's imparted into us, and that he gives us a release. I'm encouraging you tonight, and as we are encouraging you tonight, to look at yourself as a brand and see what God has, not just for you as a person, but as your purpose. I need you to be be completely sure that not only will God bless you for your consistency, but you have to keep working. Just keep working. Keep at it. Don't drop the ball because it doesn't look like somebody else. Don't drop the ball because deadlines have come and go. Don't quit. Keep going. Champion had an explosion of sales, and just like that, we saw them immediately in the same stores that Nikes were being sold in, immediately in same stores that all the other brands were being sold in. Not only did they transfer from the sweatsuits and from what we know, but they started to cross appeal and cross apparel, and it started to expand. Are you ready for expansion? If you are, you have to keep working on what you're doing now. God says so many times we're focused on what's next. So many times we're focused on what's coming, and we can't enjoy and receive the now. For a moment, stop and look at your work. What if God would have said, okay, I made the sun, that's enough. Okay, I made the moon, that's enough. Okay, I separated the land and sea, that's enough. What if God would have stopped and said, that is enough, I'm done? No, he kept going. He kept going to the point where he looked and said, it's good. Even after he said it's good, he continued his work and said, it's very good. I am telling you, don't stop until you get to the point where you can step back and say, God, this is my word. I am trusting you with what you've given me, and I appreciate what you have blessed me to have. Now I've done my part. All I have to do is keep going. Tonight, the message came to encourage you to keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Don't stop. And as we are in our series of No Fear, I am encouraging you not to be afraid. Don't be afraid because you look around and see what others are doing or what others are saying about you, or it's not seeing that it's being received well. Keep going. Strategize. Keep doing the work. And they made some adjustments. Yeah, they had to make some adjustments. They had to bring their self into alignment to what the customer wanted. That doesn't mean that because we're continuing to go, doesn't mean that we're content in what we are. We are willing to make adjustments. Are you flexible enough to make the adjustments? Are you flexible enough to get to the point where God has you to go? Have strength and power and understanding that if I make adjustments, that does not mean that I'm folding. And I come to you tonight. We're coming to you tonight, reminding you that the thing that was left on the shelf, it was left on the shelf for a little while, but then and at its appointed time, it came back. And the value didn't change. The quality didn't change.
It didn't.
But how much they were willing to pay for it did. Can you stand the test of time when everybody else undervalues you or devalues you? Can you handle it? Are you willing to hang in there? I am asking you tonight to don't pull yourself off the shelf. Don't take yourself down, but keep going. I love you guys. This is our moment of inspiration. It's Wednesday. We don't give sermons on Wednesday, but this was a mini sermon. Thank God for Sister Tanel. Thank you all for joining us on our prayer and our fast for the month of January. As we've come out of our fast, we're still in the series and under the understanding of no fear, that we have no fear, have no reason to fear. And just as Champion had hoodies, we will be having some merchandise for you to celebrate with us, as we have some t-shirts coming for the spring, maybe a few hoodies for the winter season that we're still in. I'm excited about this. This is an opportunity for you to share with us and partner with us and to wear and represent Christ as a brand, as your brand, and as the brand of no fear. You are prophesying. You are prophetically putting yourself in a position that everywhere you go, you are announcing to fear that it doesn't have a chance to live here. I love you guys. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for joining me, Danelle. Thank you guys for joining us.
I want to say one more thing.
Sure.
One more thing before we go. I just want to repeat this scripture to you all. Being confident in this, that he who hath begun a good work in you will carry it out until the day of Christ, of Jesus Christ. That's all I want to say, because it's his word.
That's right.
Allow God to be God.
He who's begun a good work will be faithful to complete it until the day of Jesus Christ. We believe God, and we believe God for you. Well, it's our Wednesday, and we're done. We're over our 15 minutes almost Oh, no, we got one more second.
Yeah.
And we're coming to 30 minutes right now. And so I want to appreciate you guys and encourage you that he started this work. He who has begun a good work in you will be faithful to complete it until the day of Jesus Christ. It is the scripture, it is a promise, and it is a promise for you. We trust that today has been a blessed day for you and that you've enjoyed today. But if you did not have a good day, there's still time left. You still have time to make it a good day. I want you guys to enjoy it and to be blessed. We love each and every one of you. Join us on Sunday morning as we get a chance to fellowship again and worship. Join us tomorrow night for our opportunity of Bible study. If you would like the link to our Bible study, please let us know. As our assistant pastor and founder, Pastor Viola Gainey, will be heading up our Bible study. It is a great dive into the Bible, and you get some really good tools and resources to fight the enemy. And we fight them with his word, and this is an opportunity for you to share. If you can't meet us there on tomorrow, meet us on Sunday morning on this platform, YouTube, and across our Forward Ministries platform. We look forward to worshiping with you. 2022
It's
right?
2022.
Right. So if you're from Baltimore, you already know what that means. We're saying it. And if you're watching us abroad, then you know you're probably marking us too. But I love you guys. Today's a wonderful day, and we can't wait to see you. I'll see you Sunday. I'll see you tomorrow. And if you need me, just give us a call. Put your information in our direct message, and we'll make sure that a minister or a deacon or a missionary will reach out to you to make sure that you have all the help you need. I love you guys, and there's nothing you can do about it. Have a great night.
Good night.
Great job.